Well, this is going to be a special one, and it has a lot to do with Kentucky. And we've got something new here, actually probably something old. Here in this little bag here, we don't even have a name or a label on it yet. 11 of Kentucky's best kept secrets. And here we have some chicken, and here we have a fryer, and we're not even really sure how we're going to market this one yet. But here we have 2 cups of flour. In here we have 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of water in there. And we have this 1 little spice packet that we're going to add to the 2 cups of flour, like so. And I can tell you they smell good right out of the bag. And you guys can get your hands on this, you're going to love it. And we're going to mix this up in here. I wanted to put this on a video on how to do this right away. Didn't want to waste any time with it. And normally I do things in a shaking bowl, but this time we'll do it this way. It really won't make any difference. Okay, I think we got all this mixed up really well. So I'm going to set that aside, and we'll set that aside. And let's get our egg and water mixed up here. Try to mix it up as good as we can. We actually got our hands on this spice mixture about 7 years ago. And believe it or not, I managed to misplace it. But I got it back. And so we got our egg and water mixed up. We have our spices and flour mixed up. And as you can see, we're basically not touching the chicken too much. And we have to preheat our fryer to 150 degrees Celsius or 300 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a lower fry temperature than I usually use. And it's not quite ready yet. I'll set this aside and I'll get me a thigh in here and get it good and coated. Now the size of this fryer is pretty small, so really we don't want to do any more than two normal sized pieces of chicken at one time, or we'll drop the temperature too much. But I can get about 4 of them in here with their first coat of seasoning and breading mix here. And I can take them out as I need them. Okay, see, I still have room to work there. Okay, the next step is to take one of these, shake the extra flour off of it, and roll it in this egg and water mixture. You gotta try not to handle it too much. And back into the breading again. And it helps if you have 3 hands. But if you don't have 3 hands, you can still get by. Okay, we're going to set that guy aside there, and we're going to remember where he's parked. Okay, shake this one down a little bit, and we're going to run him through the egg a little bit. And drop him back in here again. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of stuff on my hands. Keep lifting this up and putting it around there. Now we have a hand breaded chicken. We're still waiting for our fryer to get up to temperature, and I'm not even going to think about putting these in there until it is. So I'm going to sit here and wait for that. I'm going to sit here and wait for that little light to go out. And when that light goes out, we're going to put our first batch in. Our fryer's up to temperature now, and we're gonna raise the basket out. You can do this in a skillet, or anything you can really maintain a temperature with is okay. And I'm gonna drop one of these guys in here like this. And this may be almost too much for one batch, but we're gonna try it. It's a small fryer. And drop him down in there. And you see it's not going wild like it does when we're running at 350 degrees. Now we're going to do this, we're going to wait for 10 minutes. And at 10 minutes we're going to turn them over. They should come up before then. If they're floating, we're going to turn them over. And at 20 minutes they should be finished. So let's look at them again in about 10 minutes. It's been exactly 10 minutes and these things are looking great. Look at this. Let's pull these up and you can see them real good. We're just going to flip them at this point. Look at that golden color. Is that good or what? And they still, maybe they're still alive a little bit because they're putting up a fight. Fighting the earth to put my hand there. Okay, we flipped them. And we're going to drop them back in and let them go for another 10 minutes. 10 more minutes have passed, and now it's time for the moment of truth, or consequences. And I don't think we have any consequences. Look at that beauty. Let's take this thigh out so I can get a bite on him. Oh, look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Let's take a look at what it looks like on the inside. Move this guy over here. I can't see the back side, but I don't have to. I can tell you what it looks like. Look at that in there. Tender and juicy, golden. There we go. I've got a lot more chicken here to cook. A very important thing about oil. The original Kentuckian used peanut oil, and that's my preference as well, but a lot of people have allergy to peanut oil. Your oils are very important. I don't recommend Crisco, I don't recommend palm oil, and I don't recommend canola oil. It has a tendency to strip the flavor of your spices out. I'm using soybean oil here. If you're very rich, olive oil is great. Peanut oil is, I think, the best. True hillbillies, we use lard or bacon grease from time to time. All of that's good. But if you want it authentic, go with peanut oil. Unless, of course, you have an allergy to it. And there we are. And we'll put any new developments on the webpage about this. For now, I'm just going to call it Kentucky's 11 Best Kept Secrets. And we'll probably market it something like that. So, there it is. You're going to love it when it gets out there. Okay, you actually got to see how to do the crispy version of this. The original version is actually easier. This part of the video is about 3 days after the first one. So we've had some time to do some packaging. This is the one for the crispy. And after I finish cooking the original recipe here, then we'll have a photo to put on the original packaging. So we're actually cramming and rushing things that much. Now, to make the original recipe is a lot easier than the crispy. You put your chicken into the breading mix, and you get to do the way I like to do so well. Shake it up. Okay. Now, to get a thicker coating on it. You can see it's got a decent coating on it. You can actually get it a little bit thicker than that if you let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes. You can take it out, like for instance, we'll do it this way. I'll put this here, and as the coating pulls some of the moisture out of the chicken, you know, see, you can still do it. You can hand bread it like that. You don't have to toss it around. You know, get that first coating of breading on there. See, and after you get your first coating on there, let it sit. And the coating will draw some of the moisture out of the chicken, and it'll actually discolor a little bit. And that's how you'll know when it's ready to get another coating. With that second coating, you can just throw all 4 of them in here and toss them around. And then they're ready to drop in your oil. We've already got our oil preheated. Okay, so now I have this here, and we'll coat these again in about 5 minutes, or whenever it looks like some of the moisture's coming through, where we can get some more stuck on there. Okay, it's only been about 3 or 4 minutes, but you can see on the chicken that it's already, the moisture's already coming through. So what we can do here now is, this means more breading will stick to it. Now, you see that? So we're going to put it back in here, and it is kind of sticky. I'll put all 4 pieces in here. Turn that upside down, and not shake it so vigorously as before, but we shake it up a little bit, and it's going to have more on it. Okay, at this time, they should be ready to drop into the oil. And our oil is up to temperature already. Now see, they got themselves a good coating on there now. We'll drop 2 pieces. I'll put in a leg and a thigh to start us off. And from here on out, it's just like when you do the crispy version. Let it go for 10 minutes, and then you check it or flip it if it needs to be, and then you go for another 10 minutes. So we're going to wait 10 minutes, and we'll see what we got. 10 minutes have passed, and it's time to take these up and turn them. And you can see they're already starting to look pretty good. And here you are. You see, looks very, very much like the original recipe that is so famous. And now we go down for another 10 minutes, and they should be finished and ready to put on the plate. It's been another 10 minutes, and we're going to take it out now. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Yes, indeed. Okay, now to get that look that you're used to seeing, we're going to let this sit for maybe about 5 minutes. And as the chicken cools, it will shrink down and the skin will get loose more. And then it will look like what you're used to seeing in the chicken buckets. So, give it about 5 minutes, and we'll bust one of these things open. You can see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, the chicken has become softer. One thing people have gotten used to seeing is the appearance of chicken after it's been in a warming cabinet. And this hasn't been in a warming cabinet, but you can see that just out of the fryer a few minutes, it gets a little softer. And as you can see here, I'm probably running into a bone. Yeah, you can see this is some very juicy, tender chicken. Let me cut that again over here. Look at that. Turn it around. Look at that. Is that tender and juicy or what? And that is the original Kentucky recipe that everybody loves so well. And I will get the labeling done for this, and they'll be on the website. You can check them out. I'm going to tell a little story in the description. There's a lot of sentimental things to tie this video together. So enjoy the video, and when this becomes available, I'm sure you'll enjoy this.